Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. As you can tell by the title, today we're going to be ranking every NBA team after free agency. Technically, we're going to be putting them on a tier list, but we will try to put them in order in terms of what tier we put them in. So technically, we'll be ranking them. Before we get into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel right now. Press the subscribe button if you're watching the video. Like the video. Comment if we overrank or underrate a team that you think should be higher on the tier list. We're gonna rank every NBA team after free agency. We're gonna use a tier list maker to do it. So let me get this up on the screen. I should have told people. Let's see, copy, not copy.
I mean, can we just knock out one team easy?
I don't know.
I'll knock out two teams easy, but
someone's excited.
I'm just saying. I think there's.
I'm straight faced.
Are we doing like Dallas is without Kyrie?
For the they're gonna be out. It's like January or like.
I don't think that changed. I don't think like that changes what they can be as a regular season team, just like game to game.
I guess for me, I'm thinking about like. I get it. I'm just saying, if Dallas with Kyrie, I put a tier above Dallas without Kyrie, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, sure. But
Like,
are we doing this based off like what they're gonna look like come April?
That's what I'm more phrasing it towards. I'm looking at it towards who are my contenders currently looking at it, not who's going into right now. So if I'm doing that wrong, shame on me. But I'm looking at, based off what just happened in this offseason, who I think the contenders in the league are.
Let's do favorites for the favorites.
Favorites for the favorites. Gotcha.
Favorites. Contenders.
Do we have to do the whole 8-8-8 the 8-8 thing again?
Nah, because I don't think that's
I don't think so either, but we always end up doing this where it's like there have to be 6 teams by playoffs and 4 teams in play-in and everything else.
Nah, I don't really care because like play-in, even though there's only 4 spots in the play-in, I think there's like 6 teams in each conference that
yeah,
think
yes, I agree. I don't think there needs to be a hard line. You going Q? You got to put camera on. We need to see the facial reactions.
I got you.
If you agree.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiers. The first tier is favorites. Second tier is contenders. Third tier is dark horses. Fourth tier is playoff teams. Five tier is play-in, and the last tier is DP, AJ, and Booze.
I would say, can we take out dark horses? Just keep it favorites, contenders, playoff teams, play in, mid, and DP, AJ, Booze.
No.
Fair? No. Nope, not doing that. I don't understand that. But that makes no sense why we have contenders, dark horses, and playoff teams. So that many teams to go around.
I mean,
like you agree or disagree?
Dark horses like
I think there should rather be a gap in between play-in and lottery than contenders and playoff teams.
No, you outside of play-in, you're in the lottery, bro. You're like a top. You're in the top pick. Do you think we should take away dark horses, Q?
Hey,
we need a vote. We need a vote.
I'm cool with how it is.
I deleted it. It's okay.
All right, just keep it there. We're good. That's fine. 5 tiers. Simple.
All right, let's get into it. We can put the Thunder. No,
well, do you want to go ass first? Do you want to go terrible teams first or favorites first? We can get some bad teams.
I think we can knock out.
Let's go in order of the list they have right here. Let's go in order of the list they have right here. So first team up is the Washington Wizards.
DP season.
Maybe playing.
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
The Wizards are still going to be terrible. I doubt they play those.
I think all those veterans. I think for the first half of the year they're going to be really important just for like culture and development. But by trade deadline, they're pretty much Chris Middleton expiring, Marcus Smart's expiring. CJ
I don't know if they'll be as bad as everyone thinks. I don't know if they'll be as bad.
I think they'll start off cool and then
But I'm saying
they have no incentive to be good. So I mean,
that's fine. But I think they'll be lottery odds wise. Maybe they get a top pick, but I think they'll be around like 7, 8, 9, 10 before the lottery happens.
That's not. I'm not mad at it. Okay, the Warriors. I think are gonna be a playing team. They have done. The Warriors have done nothing. The Warriors
I was gonna say playoff, but you're right. It's playing or playoff, so I'll go playing for sure.
They're a playing team. Like
it's fine.
They've
done nothing.
The Lakers haven't done much, and they were a better team than the Warriors last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we're already comfortable. Use my language.
Better. I don't think they're better.
It's just they play good with Jimmy at the end of the year, and then Steph goes down. So it's like
they played good against bad teams. That's what
people love a record. People love a record.
When it comes to these two teams, the Warriors tend to get the benefit of the Warriors and Steph Curry tend to get the benefit of the doubt, even though they haven't been this dominant of a team in half a decade. And then when it comes to the team that's been better than them pretty much consistently the past 5 years, the Lakers is just poo-poo the Lakers, but then everybody be loving the Warriors. The Warriors are not a good team. I'm sorry. They're not a good team, and I don't know who people think Jimmy Butler is. This is a playing team at best.
I think they're gonna be the play-in, yeah, for sure. They just haven't done anything. I think there's a chance both Steph and Jimmy Butler regress. Even Draymond, all those guys are getting up there in age, especially coming regular season. They're not gonna be that good, I don't think.
Unless they Kuminga's the X factor here. If they 2 years ago, Lowry would have been great, but Lowry tanked his value. Maybe in a better situation, he's a lot better, but I still think he's better than Kuminga. And even then, I still am hesitant because everybody else in the West is just that good. Timberwolves,
playoff.
They're a playoff team for sure.
I got them to stay up playoff.
I personally don't feel comfortable. I'm not gonna say I don't feel comfortable, but it's hard to say a team that can consistently make Western Conference Finals. Any conference finals is not like a contender. But I also don't think they did anything this year. I think the teams that they were clearly ahead of last year, I think they made better moves than them.
And I think I might have Walker. I might have 3 or 4 teams.
They didn't get better. They just got more expensive.
Minnesota's a good team, and they could still make the Western Conference Finals, but I just don't know if they're still able to beat whoever they face in the Western Conference Finals.
They're gonna ask more of Terrence Shannon Jr. They're gonna ask more of think Rob Dillingham. They're gonna ask more of out of Jamie Daniels. They're gonna ask more out of they may even play like Johan Day.
Which
they need to guard really badly unless they plan on playing Rob
in a limited role in the playoffs. TSJ had a couple obviously shining moments, so maybe he can pull something together towards the regular season, but we'll see.
All right, OKC are in favorites. They didn't do anything in free agency, but they just won a championship. They ran it back, so obviously favorites. I think the Suns are either gonna be a play-in team or in DP AJ Bulls.
I think play-in.
I don't think so. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I don't think so.
Hold on. Let me see.
I could see him as 11. I could see him as 11.
Better than them.
I could see him as 11th to 12th in the West.
Yeah, that's not a play-in team.
But I don't think it's when I'm thinking DP, AJ, and Booze is not that bad. That's 15. That's 15, 14, 13. So it's on the line. Again, you just said,
because Dallas was what last year? 11th.
Again, we know what that means. I understand. We know what that means. I'm just saying, you can win the lottery, but
all right, let's do one row after this that says lottery or something like
interesting. That. Someone said that earlier, but no one wanted to listen.
Sorry. I was dying. I'm like, oh.
Sorry.
I actually didn't hear that.
That was a terrible. You literally told me no. What do you mean I didn't hear that? I literally said that you said no, and then
I don't know though because the Kings the Kings missed the play-in, right? No, they didn't. They made the play-in. All right.
I'm just saying, I don't think Phoenix is Washington bad, barring injuries or anything.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, you have yeah.
All right, I'm fixing it. Hold
We
on.
got to move lottery down.
Yeah.
Spurs, I think they could make the play.
Like, in the same time, I would move Washington up the lottery, but I know you guys are both down with DPH and Boost, which is fine.
I think the Spurs will be in the lottery. I'm in a lottery playing teams. They
I don't
just
want to play off, but yes, that's fine.
calm down. When we gotta stay healthy.
What?
I
Say
think
it.
they're playing.
No,
Huh?
it is playing.
They're on the plan.
No, we got Suns in the lottery.
You think the Suns are going to be in the plan?
Yeah, I think they could be in the plan.
Oh, I don't think so.
I said that.
Are you so y'all want to put them in playing? Come on.
How many teams are we putting in the plan?
I understand. I would hear, but I actually kind of want to hear the logic because I think the Spurs, with De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, Sohan, Vassell,
We're gonna come back to it.
Their roster is better than
I
the
want
Suns.
to see how the
I
rest
agree. I agree. I want to see what the teams we put up there.
Then I'll explain it.
I got to visualize.
Okay. 76ers, I think, are going to be a playoff team as long as Joe Embiid is healthy.
Yep. Stop Q. Barring injury, we know they're a playoff team.
Oh, I know that. Trust me.
The Rockets, I think, are contenders.
Yep. I'm fine with that.
Rockets better than the 76ers?
Yes.
In this East?
I think so. The
Rockets I don't hate that logic. That's the issue with the East.
Coming back.
That's the issue with the East this year. I don't hate that logic at all. Like, Philly has an easier path to win a ring if they're healthy, obviously, because of how weak the East is. I think Houston's a better team.
I think Houston is going to be a better team in the regular season. They just.
Oh, I'm trolling, bro. You don't got to.
They offloaded Jalen Green and got a top 10 to 15 player in the league. So
Toronto's playing.
What's up playing me, bro?
Toronto, yeah.
Playing.
I think they're not gonna lie. They could look-y miss it. They could look-y miss it.
If you want lottery, I got 2v1.
Oh, no, we'll adjust. That's the first instinct. That's the first instinct is we'll adjust.
We're all good. Pistons playoff.
Pistons are low-key like I don't even know, bro.
This is
in this East they're playoff.
When we put this video out, make sure I want people to understand this. This is some asterisks with a couple of teams. If we get Malik Monk back for the Dennis Schroeder signing trade, I feel a little bit better. I probably lean towards putting them in the playoff teams, but as of right now, I think they're in the play-in. Which I'm cool with that.
We'll have to see. I got to see what other teams are in the playoffs. But yeah, I probably agree.
Murray. I'm waiting for the.
I'll take
I didn't know the play-in is like a 7. Like when I say play-in, we talking about 7 seed though. Like they're right there.
I'll stand playoff team for Detroit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to change it. We have to change it. All right, I think the Pelicans are either going to be like really like they might be really bad. Like the Pelicans will be really bad.
It just is all on injuries, low key. Because if Zion's playing, I think they're lottery. If Zion's not playing, I think they're dropping down to AJ and Booze.
Yeah, regardless, I agree. I don't think the Pelicans are going to be a playing team. Zion dealing with injuries. Their roster is just not the greatest at all. The West is insanely hard. I don't know. The Pacers
playoff.
What?
They lost Miles Turner. I literally forgot about that.
Yeah.
They're playoff or play-in. They're playoff or play-in. They're right there. You told them play-in.
Play-in, yeah. They're not a playoff team. They're not a top
6 in the playoffs?
Yeah, no.
No, I'm cool, bro.
They just lost Holly. They don't have Miles Turner. I don't know who their starting center is going to be. Like,
I'm not the Celtics this year, and I still think the Celtics is better team than the Pacers right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's Pascal Siakam versus Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and actually the team that made moves.
I'm not high on Jaylen Brown and Derek White. To be fair,
I'm just saying, the Pacers are depleted. The Pacers are depleted right now.
Yeah, they're
Nuggets contenders, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I low-key think they could
be favorites. I
wouldn't hate it.
It's disrespectful.
to say anybody else would be the favorites 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Like
The
it's
Fine.
Nets aren't DP AJ Booze.
It's fine, Latif. Throw Dallas in contenders.
No,
playoff
they're
team.
not.
Playoff team.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
chill.
Like I think with Kyrie, I'm putting them in contenders.
we got to see how he returns from his injury.
Yeah, that'd be
Same thing with Embiid. Got to see how he returns from his injury.
Same thing with Embiid. No, it's not.
Embiid is a
One
different.
player.
Embiid's just like that's different.
The Magic gonna be a playoff team if healthy. The Lakers.
I think that was a fluke. I think last year was just a fluke thing.
Lakers, I don't know.
Lakers, I think they're easily a playing team. Easily.
Play in.
Yeah.
As
At least.
the floor.
That's fine. Yeah.
They've only missed the playoffs that one time ever.
We're going to rearrange this once we have everything set. Knicks.
I mean,
playoff team.
Contenders.
In this Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are they two?
Conference, they have to be contenders.
I agree.
Can we move Cleveland up there too, just to put Cleveland up in contenders as well?
I think they should be. I think they should be favorites.
I agree.
I think Cleveland. This answer just because
I don't hate that.
Yeah, this year coming up is just it's a lot of things that like.
I didn't know if we're doing one team in favorites or two. That's fine. I don't mind. I would probably pick Cleveland as the top team in the East.
Cowboys are the favorites in the East.
I would pick the Cowboys top team in the East as well. The Kings can stay in lottery, please.
Yeah, I agree.
They're moving off the Rosen eventually.
Yep. The Jazz can stay in DPA.
The Hornets, I think, are going to be a lottery team, yeah.
I would swap them. I would swap them in Washington, but I think they're along the same lines.
It's like you can't even say healthy LaMelo gets into the plan anymore because he did that before twice, but it's been so long since he's seen that.
Yeah,
I think the Hornets are going to be a lottery team, but not DPAJ Bulls.
I don't care.
They're not going to be a bad. They're probably going to be a lottery team. They're just not going to be a bad lottery team. Like
they're probably like 30 games, something like that.
It's going to look different. I like what they did.
They brought in Colin Sexton. They brought in Spencer Dinwiddie. They brought in Ryan Kai Brenner, Colin Knuppel, Liam McNeely, Sion James,
Pat Connaughton.
Yep, a lot of guys play the right way and no nonsense. Still got Miles Bridges on the roster. I mean, hey, right now, Hornets lottery. The Heat are gonna be a playing team.
Sure.
We agree. The Hawks are going to be a playoff team.
Playoff team for sure.
Playoff.
I think they avoided playing completely.
You guys are pretty stamped that the Hawks finished better than the Pistons this year.
Yes, if healthy. I think the Grizzlies are going to be a play-in team. We agree.
Hold on, just hold up for 1 second.
That Jaren Jackson. If it's 3 months, because they said 3 months, he will be back at the start of training camp. If it's because Darius Garland got the same surgery, he's out for 5.
Does turf toe not linger though? I thought turf toe lingers.
It depends on where on the joints, you got surgery and whatnot. I don't know if he's not back. If he misses some part of the beginning of the season, then it's gonna be a tough road.
The issue is Ja as well, though. Is Ja going to be playing? So, yes, I would say if everyone's playing, I think I'd have men at least playing. But if you have that players kind of fluctuate in and out, then you got to drop in the lottery. But I'm cool to put him in the play-in as healthy.
Put him in playing, sure.
Assuming team. The Clippers, I think, are a playoff team.
Yes. I mean, let's not make the mistake we made last year. Obviously.
I think they got better. Lopez is a good backup center.
I would drop him play-in, but that's me.
Why?
What? That's again. What we're going by same logic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have them as 6 or 7. I would think they're on par. I think they're on par with
4, 5, 6.
I think call me crazy. I'm not
Minnesota won one more game than them last year. Just saying.
1, 2,
I'm not stamping them farther than the Lakers
5,
and the Spurs, in my opinion. I'm higher than them too this year.
Huh?
I'm saying I'm not stamping them farther than the Lakers and the Spurs as far as a regular season team.
What did the Spurs do this offseason that really Moved you.
I'm just telling you, I like these Spurs coming up this year. Granted,
Why?
like obviously Wemby's able to play. Like, I, there's, I just think
I
that
think
the
the Spurs
Spurs
are gonna be a 7 seed, like a 7 seed, 7 to 9 seed. Might be in.
perfect. So playing is 6 to
If they
7.
make the play in and lose out the play in.
Playing is not 6 to 7. The playing is 7 to 10.
That's what I'm saying though. If you have the Clippers 6 and the Spurs 7, which is where I would have them around that area. We saw in the West last year how many games was that divided by?
Yeah, look, but hear me out. The teams that got better in the West were teams that were already better than the Clippers. So like there was no like nobody jumped from
Spurs, you mean?
Understand, but I'm just saying
the Lakers dropped, but the Rockets and the Nuggets were already better than them. The Clippers been pretty much on par with everybody else outside of OKC, pretty much, and Houston pretty much the whole year. Like they've got better. Like they've added Brook Lopez. Now they got true backup center depth instead of Ben Simmons, who offers a different angle on the offensive side. Like offers a little bit more space and still adds rim protection. I think they're fine like that. And they went without Kawhi for like 60% of the season. They don't really.
yeah, Kawhi played 37 games. Like I get it. Trust me, I understand. Like
They're pretty stagnant, which is a good thing for them because that was a lock playoff team.
I'm not.
You would have to think the Spurs are possibly better than the Clippers this year and the Lakers.
I think that's possible. I think that is
I'm
possible.
gonna lie. I think the Celtics are gonna be a playing team. This roster is bad.
The third best player is Anthony Simons.
I mean, who else do you have finishing above them? Because we have 5, and again, we're not going linear, but
Sixers.
We have 5 teams above them.
Yeah, I think we probably should. I don't know. I might move
Just put you could put him at play. I would probably put him at playoff. Is Jaylen Brown getting surgery actually?
He is supposed to be getting a surgery this summer.
Procedure.
You can drop him to play in. That's fine. Play in there. If Jaylen Brown's out, I can't lie. They're damn near lottery. If you're missing Brown and Tatum, but I know the East is weak. But
here's what I propose we should do.
Where Derek White's the second best player, you're about to be reeling off a bunch of no.
But that's what I'm saying. If Jaylen Brown and Jason Derek White's your one.
Derek White is not. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying Derek White is your one if Brown and Tatum go out. Like that's really bad. That's lottery. That's DPAJ Blues level.
If I was them, every time somebody get a little bruise out for a week, every time Jaylen Brown bump his shoulder, he falls to the ground on the court, out for another week. Like I wouldn't play around. I'd try to lock a top 5 pick no matter what.
I mean, you could drop the Bulls the lottery. I don't know why they went to playing.
Let's see how many teams you got. So for the West, we have 1, 2, 3.
We said we weren't doing it linear. We said we weren't doing this exactly like this.
But it still ended up like that though. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the playoff teams for the West, correct? And then we have 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 in the playoff we're playing.
Yep.
And then we have lottery.
Can we drop Chicago? Why is Chicago in playing? Is that just me? I think Chicago's a lottery team.
If they have Giddey, Kobe White, Vucevic,
they literally brought back the same roster they had last year and added one more player, and they were a play-in team.
Yeah, they're probably gonna still be back in the
play-in. One thing they know how to do is get to the lose.
1, 2,
which is essentially going to give them a lottery pick anyway, but they most likely will still make the play-in.
But are you not picking Toronto and Philly over them this year? You don't like Toronto, but you're not picking Philly to go over them?
They're in the playoffs.
Philly's the playoff team.
But I'm saying they weren't last year. The Bulls were what? The Bulls were the 10 seed. So you bump them down, boom. Now they're up. Now they're not in the playoff. And I think I would drop. I think Toronto and I think Philly both place better. I think Chicago is closer to the lottery, being stamped the lottery team than being stamped the playing team.
2, 3.
But yeah, I got Philly up there, which they weren't there last year. I also got
That's it. No one else dropped, I don't think. And I'm not missing anyone.
Atlanta moved Atlanta up to a playing team,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
also Pacers
I agree
down.
with that. Well, just from a numbers perspective, it makes sense.
Like again, like you're saying logic with the Clippers, right? Like everyone above them is still just got better, did whatever. And you have I like Toronto more and I like Philly more. So that drops them down 2 spots. You put them at 12, which is you can go either way, and I'm gonna go towards playing or towards lottery. Sorry.
I think this is perfect in terms of tiers. People might think like we may have the like maybe we can move up the Magic and Hawks maybe to the same tier as the Knicks. I don't know.
I think
Why?
if for can they maybe make a conference finals? Yes. I don't think that automatically makes you a contender. Like
I don't think the Hawks should be stamped a contender at all currently. I think they're a lot better than last year, but I don't think they should be like
yeah,
stamped.
just because he got there doesn't mean like, oh, you got there, that means anything can happen. I don't think that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think could get to the conference finals and win the round. I don't think Atlanta could win the round in the conference finals. I don't think Orlando can either.
I think
Right?
if everything goes right, I think out of those 3 teams in the playoff teams in the East, if everything goes right, Philly is the team who would be the contenders, in my opinion, out of those 3 teams. If everything goes perfectly, your players stay healthy, everything goes according to plan, Philly is the team that I would bump up to contenders.
I also if they don't, if everything doesn't go right, I still think they beat Orlando and Atlanta.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying? So like they're the stopgap in between contenders and not being contenders. Is
But the
Philly.
issue is we're only throwing Philly up there for the sake of having 2 Eastern Conference teams. I don't think Philly's on the same level as Houston and Denver
I'm
for
not talking
sure.
about I don't think Philly's a
I'm not
contender.
saying that. I'm saying more to Latif
I'm
saying
not
should we throw
saying
someone up
that.
there?
I think I might have some stake in them this
I
year.
didn't say nothing about Philly, bro.
Huh?
I said the Magic and Hawks.
Nah. But if
That's
you
what I'm
want to
saying.
I don't think you could talk about them and not talk about Philly.
Exactly.
So like we're not about to skip over Philly to talk about Orlando and Atlanta.
Yes. Because that's what I'm saying. If you bring up Orlando or Atlanta, that means you have to bring up Philly, at least in my opinion. But
And I ain't going there with Philly, so I ain't going there with Orlando and Atlanta.
I mean, I guess does anyone strongly agree with like one pick on this list that they would like move up or down? You got one
The
team
Pistons
that
are
you're
it for
higher.
me right now. Pistons are, I don't really think the Celtics have any like incentive to be like a playoff team.
No.
So
I was one of the Pistons there the whole time.
Playing
I
team.
wanted the Pistons to play or playoff.
I think the Suns could be better than the Grizzlies.
I said the Suns could be potential playing as well. I said the Suns could be playing as well.
I don't think so, yeah. Oh wait, okay, so we had to revisit that. Why do we think that?
I think the roster. I'm not gonna say it's even because Jaren Jackson is like the third, like he'd be like the third best player with a gap. Yeah, that just adds more to a not crowded backcourt because Ja is going to end up missing games. But if he ends up missing games, Jaren Jackson misses games, this team is not that good. And like you're banking on Jalen Wells and Cedric Howard to provide real minutes. After that, like after Ty Jerome, you kind of drawing dead on offense. And I still think Devin is the best player by far out of like both those teams.
There are big question marks on both teams. I think
And they got 2 bigs. However long it takes, they got Dylan Brooks, a decent defender. Ryan Dunn, decent defender. Rasheed Fleming should be a good defender.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Bill, for the money, obviously money has to account for things. The money not worth the player, but if just player for player, I think Bradley Beal still offers you a decent amount, even though like the fit kind of clunky.
Who would they hire as coach?
They're supposed to be hiring Jordan Knott.
Okay, I don't really have much knowledge on him right now at the moment. So, hey, I don't know. I'm giving the Grizzlies the benefit of the doubt. Not gonna lie. They did just lose that game. I mean,
they
so
were 2 seeds around at one point this year. So I ain't gonna.
Should we even talk about Mike Brown and the Knicks, or is that irrelevant? No one cares.
I mean, it's not relevant.
I think they got more of the same with a little bit of extra juice.
You're saying coaching wise?
Yeah, They got sure Jaden was gonna be their offensive, but their assistant, he offers some offensive juice, could change how that team operates. And they got a better bench this year. Mike Brown not afraid to go deep in his bench. That could prove to be helpful in the long run for the Knicks themselves. Not the 38 minutes, and I think everybody's gonna get some run, and that helps people get comfortable. So in the playoff time, you're not scratching your head trying to figure out who to put out on the floor. And Jordan Clarkson didn't have a good year last year. And he's a shot chucker. He doesn't provide anything much more than like spark plug offense, but that's fine to come off the bench for the Knicks. Yabusele, I think, was underrated signing. Back up big, play some forward. Good, was very good shooting the ball last year. So I think that helps them a little bit of spacing. Again, they can go deeper into their bench. That's all it is. I think they could have had Tibbs this year and probably still ended up in the same place. So I think it's kind of like damn near a lateral move, but it's something.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good tier list after free agency. Make sure you guys like the video. Comment if we made any mistakes or you disagree with any of our placements. That's going to do it for this video. I don't know if I'm going to split these videos up, but I might because it got to an hour. I don't know yet. We're going to be back with more NBA, NFL coverage here pretty soon. So if you like the content, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications to get notified when we drop videos. Thank y'all. We love y'all, and we out.